This is WENY News at 6.
It is officially race weekend at Watkins Glen International. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer Sheahen.
And I'm Renata Stiehl. Thanks for choosing WENY News at 6 o'clock. The track gearing up for the days ahead. Team haulers arriving today, making their way around the track right now. Sprint Cup qualifying tomorrow afternoon.
That is right. I was down there at noon, and you could just feel that energy up at that track picking up. That's where WENY's John Kessler is right now. He joins us live from WGI with a look around. John?
Renata, Jennifer, you're right. The haulers are here. As a matter of fact, come on over here. I got to show you something. They're pulling in right here. If we could take, I'll tell you what, take an overhead shot. We'll take a look at that. And then we'll show you the haulers coming in. This is the Sprint Car Cup that is rolling in here. The drivers and crews should come up a little later. Nationwide has been here for a while. So you're looking at Jimmy Johnson's hauler right there. The number 48 Chevrolet is on board there. Jimmy's doing okay this series. Here at the Glen this weekend, it's kind of interesting. There are only 5 more races left in the season, and it's going to boil down to you win, you're in the chase. So there are a lot of people, big names, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, Casey Kane, haven't won this season. They could win here, Marcus Ambrose as well, and they would be in the chase. Also want to let you know, you see some of the, come on over this way, Taylor. We just passed all these cameras. This is going to be the set for our quick fill Thunder at the Glen. It's coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. We've got some driver interviews, some fan interaction, and a lot of history about the Glen as well. And coming up a little later on the show, we are going to talk to somebody. She has traveled around on the NASCAR. You haven't missed a race, have you? Has not missed a NASCAR race. I think she's the only member of the media who's actually goes to every single race. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. First, though, let's get a look at first weather with Joe, who's way up on the grandstand.
Well, good evening, everyone. High atop the grandstand here on the spotters platform, and to say I have a bird's eye view, I'd have to say would be an understatement. Just a gorgeous view of not only WGI but the entire valley. High at this location, and boy, have we lucked out weather-wise. We've been dealing with a couple showers and thunder showers obviously throughout the week, but Mother Nature will cooperate. High pressure moving in, and our weather will continue to improve. A look at our first forecast for tonight. We're looking at a clearing trend, just a few fair weather clouds out right now, but we'll go mostly clear overnight. Some patchy valley fog developing late. It will be on the cool side, upper 40s to around 50, and winds will subside out of the northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. For tomorrow, looking very nice, lots of sunshine with warmer temperatures, 5-degree guarantee 81. And looking ahead to the big race on Sunday here at WGI, mostly sunny and warm. Temperature of 85 degrees, high UV index, so definitely slap on that sunscreen if you're planning on coming out this weekend. But boy, it's looking great weather-wise, and looking forward to an awesome race. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. And of course, Watkins Glen, not the only place getting in the spirit for the big race.
That's right. People in Corning have a race fever. Fans are getting a chance to get up and close and personal with show cars and drivers. WENY's Tanja Rekhi joins us live from Race Fever in Corning. Tanja, how's it looking out there?
Guys, Race Fever kicked off about an hour ago, and already there are hundreds of people here. I'm sitting here inside one of Tucker Off-Road's newest buggies. It's just one of dozens of cars on display for fans to check out for themselves here today. We have NASCAR cars, local cars. There's also a simulator that sets up, it mirrors tracks from around the country that people can get a chance to try for themselves. I'm told that they also have the track at WGI set up for fans to try it themselves. It's just one of many things going on here right now. It's an event local drivers and fans alike look forward to all year round. Race Fever.
This is going to be exciting, and this is the first time we've been down in here.
But before the Gaffer District is filled with sounds of this, lots of preparation.
We want to show off our hard work we do.
Tucker's Off-Road is a family business. They've been coming back to Race Fever for 6 years to showcase these trucks they put together from pipes.
It's just nice to see the community come out and enjoy us and enjoy the buggy. It's something different.
Race fans can also get up close and personal with NASCAR show cars, including Kyle Busch's M&M and Skittles race cars.
The Skittles paint scheme we ran twice this year, and then the main paint scheme is the M&Ms, and that will be here also.
Reminding young racers like 15-year-old Dylan Groover, who races locally at the Woodhull Speedway, of their goals.
I'd like to eventually get a small block modified. It's the same chassis, just bigger motor, and then we're gonna travel around it. I'd like to go down to Charlotte in North Carolina and race with the big boys and try to give them a run for their money down the road.
And you still have time to meet Dylan and check out some of these cars for yourself. The event goes until 9 o'clock, but if you are coming into town, you want to be aware of some road closures. Closures include Bridge Street from Pulteney to Front, West William from Wallace to Bridge, East William from Bridge to Ferris, and Riverside Drive from Bridge to Ferris, as well as city lots that are on Bridge Street. And WENY News will bring you full coverage of today's event tonight at 11. Reporting live in Corning, Tanja Rekhi, WENY News.
Thank you very much, Tanja. And a lot of people coming in from out of town for a camping trip. And if you are, you need to pay attention to where your firewood comes from. 5 years ago, the Department of Environmental Conservation made it illegal to bring firewood from out of state into New York or from a 50-mile radius from its original source, even in New York State. That's because the invasive ash borer beetle and other pests have killed more than 50 million ash trees nationwide. DEC officials want to stop the spread of that beetle here in New York, and now people selling firewood have to provide a certificate to their customers stating where that wood came from. Gary Westervelt has been selling firewood near Watkins Glen International for 5 years now, but he says he frequently sees out-of-state license plates transporting firewood to the racetrack, and he's concerned that wood may be infected.
I believe it was 2 years ago. They were in here heavy. They did a great job, and they wrote a pile of tickets. And it's gotten to the point now where they need to come back again and come in here hard, because they're bringing this stuff in from all the states around us. And you know, we're seeing truckloads of it coming in.
If you don't have a certificate stating the location of your firewood, the DEC could issue you a fine.
And a dangerous plant is blooming across the southern tier, causing the Department of Environmental Conservation to warn New Yorkers.
That's right, it's hogweed, and it's no stranger to this region. We've been reporting on it for a few years now, but it is a health threat because it can cause severe burns. WENY's Asha McKenzie joins us to explain. Asha.
Well, guys, hogweed can be found on roadways, near streams, and even in your backyard. And a simple touch can send you to the hospital.
Hogweed has made its appearance in the southern tier again this year, and efforts are underway to clear it out, because if you touch it,
it'll burn you. It'll be just like a heat burn or a burn from a flame.
The sap from the plant combined with sunlight and moisture can cause severe blistering and eye irritation that can result in scarring and blindness. And the plant is not hard to spot. It can be up to 14 feet tall with white flowers grouped together in an umbrella shape. The stems are hollow and thick with purple splotches with big lobed leaves. And it's not to be confused with Queen Anne's lace, which is much smaller and harmless.
If you do get burned, go to the emergency room. Do not mow it or cut it down. That just spreads the seeds.
Here on County Route 24 in Risingville, you'll see signs like this one that read warning hogweed. It's to notify people that the dangerous plant is in the area. Now it's no longer here, there's just remnants of it because the county immediately called DEC to remove it.
As I'm out doing inspections on the road all the time, I look for the hogweed growing as you know, being as I'm out here. I can find it and spot it.
And this year, there has been 6 confirmed locations in Steuben County, and this map from the DEC shows hogweed locations across the southern tier.
Now, if you see hogweed in your area, immediately call your county's Public Works Department. Asha McKenzie, WENY News.
Up, our live coverage of WGI Race Weekend continues.
Got the latest on some must-know people at the track after the break.
Welcome back. Chief Meteorologist Joe Veras reporting live from Watkins Glen International, high atop the grandstand where the spotters stand during the race, and I can certainly see why. It's just a commanding view of almost the entire track that you can see at this high elevation. And I think race fans and the drivers alike are going to be happy with what we're expecting weather-wise here as we go through the next several days. Weather headlines for tonight. First off, high pressure is moving in. We still have just a few fair weather clouds overhead at this hour, but the good news is we clear it out tonight. Could result in some patchy valley fog late. A little on the cool side, upper 40s to around 50 will do it for a low. The heat will build, though, throughout the weekend. Temperatures warming back into the 80s, and it looks like we're going to stay dry right through Tuesday or perhaps Wednesday of next week. Temperatures across the Twin Tiers right now here at WGI, 71 degrees, 73 in Bath. Mansfield also looking at a temperature of 73 degrees. Mid-70s in Elmira, right around 80 in Williamsport, and Syracuse also reporting temperatures in the mid-70s at this hour. Satellite and radar map looking quiet locally, but still dealing with that storm system off towards the north and east. That's tracking up towards New England, taking the showers along with it. So we're looking good again, and not only tonight, but over the next several days. 24-hour planner does show it clear tonight, down about 48 degrees. And then tomorrow, any outdoor activities you may have planned, perhaps you're coming up here to WGI, should be great for that. 81, our 5-degree guarantee. Future track, again, hardly showing anything. Just a few fair weather clouds at times for tomorrow and Saturday, but not expecting any precipitation locally, so good for that. And again, temperatures will be rising through the 80s through the course of the weekend. Watkins Glen forecast for Friday, we're calling for sunny skies, 81, so right where we should be for this time of year. On Saturday, also forecasting plenty of sunshine, 84, and for the big race day, on Sunday, mostly sunny and 85 degrees. Our 5-degree guarantee for today, we forecast 77, and that's our unofficial high today at the Elmira Corning Regional Airport. Our forecast for the northern tier tonight, clear skies, Mansfield at 50, 51 in Towanda. For the southern tier, also looking on the cool side, 48 Corning and Elmira, 50 in Owego with patchy fog. Southern Finger Lakes tonight here in the Glen, 48 and 48 in Ithaca. 7-day forecast taking us through the weekend. Again, we're looking with a lot of sunshine, temperatures climbing through the 80s. And again, our next best chance for any kind of precipitation not until Tuesday, Wednesday of next week when a cold front moves in, dropping temperatures back into the 70s for highs by the middle of next week. So reporting live here on top of the grandstand at WGI, Chief Meteorologist Joe Veras. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. And there are lots, of course, famous drivers up at the track, but they're not the only ones getting attention this race weekend. There are plenty of big names in NASCAR who aren't behind the wheel. Race fans know her as one of the voices of NASCAR on Sirius XM Radio.
Claire B. Ling has reported for NASCAR for going on 20 years now. She joins us live at Watkins Glen International to talk with our very own John Kessler.
Welcome back. We're in the winner's circle at WGI, and I'm sitting with somebody who's probably been in more winner's circles than anyone you'll ever meet. Claire B. Lang with Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Claire, thank you very much for joining us. What is it you call the winner's circle?
The happiest place on earth, and I am live here after every race, every NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race. Happiest place on earth, right?
You travel around. Now, this amazed me. You hit every race on the circuit, correct? And have been doing it for how many years?
Well, I have been doing NASCAR radio since the NASCAR channel started and back in 2001. It has been a very long time, but you know, time, when you're having a great time, goes really fast.
Yeah.
And I have seen some amazing things in Victory Lane, let me tell you.
Well, yeah, give us one. Give us one.
Kentucky, Brad Keselowski, he couldn't get the champagne bottle open, so he decided, not a smart idea, to crack it on the stand that holds the trophy.
Oh, no.
Sliced his finger, had to be taken off to the care center, had to change his uniform, all full of blood, had to get 4 stitches and brought back.
How many trophies have you seen broken? Because I've seen them go.
I've seen a couple of them. I've seen grown men cry. I won't tell you who all of them are. Some of them get embarrassed. I've seen people slip on champagne and fall over. I have seen people douse Miss Sprint Cup. with Gatorade, you know, like till she's green in the hair. It is a great celebration, and here is a huge celebration.
Oh, this is great.
Big, yeah.
Just on people on Sunday, when they see the winner's circle, it is so jam-packed. Majority of those people are press people, right? But who else is in here?
Well, photogs. I mean, you're talking about press, that whole back area. Sponsor people, and they move them in and out for the hat dance. This entire area will be the race team, and then, of course, down here, the sponsor people in and out to all of the hats, and, you know, crew chiefs, team members, family members. It's really fun,
All right. Well, Claire, we'll see you Sunday here again. Thank you very much.
John.
All right. Claire B. Lang with Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. And let's toss it back to you guys.
Wonderful, John, and thank you so much, Claire B. Lang. Well, coming up, Congressman Tom Reed in town today, kicking off his Tom on the Job series.
But first, here's a look at your local stars. Welcome back. Why is Tom Reed pressing shirts at a painted post dry cleaner? Well, it's all part of his new initiative highlighting local small businesses. Reed was visiting Crystal Cleaners earlier this morning, talking with the owner, and today was the first stop on his Tom on the Job series, a working and listening tour highlighting the importance of small businesses in the southern tier and the Finger Lakes.
I was just going to show him how the system works and how we do things in here, and we got him going on pressing, so sometimes, you know, after his career in Washington, you know, he might be able to hire him.
You know, spending time with Rick here, I just appreciate him opening Crystal Cleaners for us to come in and see what a small business is all about. And we're here to listen, just as much to learn about his industry and about his business, but we're here to listen as to how can we make small business America stronger.
Opened in October of 1987 and has been pressing shirts ever since.
All right, well, coming up, we take a look at a local driver with a passion for the sport who's inspiring one track in the Twin Tiers, and we're going to send it back up to Andy and Jenna at the track for a look at what's coming up in sports, guys.
Welcome back, guys. Sports is coming up next. Jenna, Cotrell, Andy Malnoske live from Watkins Glen International for race weekend. Our Big Thunder at the Glen special 7 to 8 right here on WENY TV, powered by Quick Fill. But we got some sports here tonight, Jenna.
Absolutely. You know, coming up an inspiring story, about a local racer, so make sure to check that out.
Absolutely, Jenna. And a full breakdown of this weekend's events. Do not miss it. We're going to get jacked up for Watkins Glen weekend right here on WENY TV. Sports is next. Hey, welcome back. We are live from Watkins Glen International, the WENY TV sports team. Jenna Cotrell and Andy Malnoske here with you live for the track. Our special tonight, Thunder at the Glen, 7 to 8 p.m., powered by Quick Fill, right after tonight's program. And Jenna, of course, great to have you here for the first year for you here at WGI.
Absolutely. You know, the excitement in the air. The haulers are just off the screen, but they're starting to come in, and there really is an energy here today.
No question about it. And we're going to talk about that energy right now. Big-time NASCAR drivers in full force coming up here at WGI. And you can't forget the fans. Oh, yeah, the campsite's filling up, people having a good time, everything else in between. And, of course, you know, this weekend's big-time racing events all out. Needless to say, Watkins Glen International has kicked it into high gear, thanks also to Michael Printup.
Getting things set up, the campgrounds are set up, all the media centers getting set up, the corporate hospitality is being set up. There's so many people up there working right now just getting ready. So they get the track ready, I stay out of their way, and we just come out here and I get to have a little fun on a WENY's TV set. So that was, check that one on the bucket list.
All right, thank you so much to Michael, of course. Anchored our Sportscast the other night. He was money, no question.
Excellent job. Love the energy. I was all about it.
And Jenna, of course, racing, the big-time theme here this weekend. But you have a nice story tonight of racing of a different kind.
Absolutely. You know, the Twin Tiers has a special bond with racing, and one local driver, it's his inspiration and excitement for the sport that inspires a track.
All you got to do is give him a chance. That's it. That's all we did with Brett. That's it. He did the rest.
Brett Fenton has always loved racing. Fenton was born with cerebral palsy, a condition that affects not just his mobility, but also the development of his brain, leaving Brett with a limp and limited cognitive function. But all that disappears for Brett once that green flag drops.
I would say he probably loves the sport more than anybody here.
because so happy the kitten rain.
Brett started coming to Lightning Raceway in Woodhull, New York just 3 years ago, and after receiving his best birthday gift ever, things have never been the same.
Open my present. Oh my God. I have my own Coca.
Thought you gave him $1 million. He was so tickled to see it and have it.
Brett's love for the sport has continued to grow, and each year he anxiously awaits the return of his favorite season.
It's summertime.
And more specifically,
because Friday night.
And that's because it's summer racing season.
There's not a lot that he looks forward to doing, but he starts teasing to come to the track Sunday morning.
Every Friday, track owner Stacy Jackson sets up a race especially for Brett, where Fenton runs his cart alongside everyone else.
It's probably the biggest class now because everybody wants to do it. They want to say, I race Brett. It's good that everybody here makes it a family thing. And I've always instituted that, and Brett just shows that as everybody supports it and helps it.
And even though it's only 1 day a week, the expression on Brett's face says it all.
All right, and Jenna, thank you so much for that story. Really a great piece.
Absolutely a pleasure to do it.
Thanks, Jenna. And a pleasure to do it tonight, 7 to 8 o'clock. Thunder at the Glen special right after the news tonight. And we've been drinking coffee, so get ready. Cheese, it's coming.
All right, and we will be right back after the break with one last trip back up to the track. Stay with us.
And I want to let you know what's coming up at 11 o'clock. We'll take you live to Corning for Race Fever going on there. And also want to show you a little something we're kind of proud of here. You're looking at the number 23 Dr. Pepper BK Caller right now. Inside there is a car, and if you watch it this weekend, you're going to see WENY TV right on the car. Yep, we're sponsoring a NASCAR car. Go figure. Anyway, we'll see you at 11 o'clock. Thank you for joining us live from WGI.